It's all about a mysterious doorway to the past, the very nature of reality, and, that deep-seated, powerful urge we all sometimes feel to just escape from it all.
The story kicks off with a question that really makes you think, one that gets right to the heart of what we're talking about. It's asking us to think about that very thin line between what's real and what we just desperately wish was real.
And this is where we meet our guy, Charley. He makes a claim that is so out there, so unbelievable, that it defies all logic and makes everyone around him start to question, well, everything. So here it is, the central mystery. Everybody knows there are only 2 levels at Grand Central Station. I mean, the timetables prove it. The guys who run the railroads will swear on a stack of Bibles. It's just a fact. But Charley, just this ordinary guy, says, nope, you're all wrong. There are 3.
And the thing you've got to understand here is that Charley wasn't some thrill seeker looking for an adventure. Not at all. He was just a regular guy, one of a million others in the same suit, just trying to get home to his wife after a long day.
He gets lost in the station, a place he's been to hundreds of times before. But this time, something's different. He takes a wrong turn, wanders down a corridor that starts to slant downwards, and it leads him somewhere new, somewhere impossible. And boom, this is the world he steps into. The room feels smaller. Instead of bright electric lights, there are these old, flickering gas lights. There are brass spittoons on the floor. And everyone, from the guy behind the old wooden ticket counter to the people on the platform, is dressed like they walked straight out of the 1890s.
So just to make sure he's not losing his mind, he peeks at a newsstand. The big story is about President Cleveland. And that's when it really hits him. The newspaper he's looking at, The World, hasn't been published in years. He's actually done it. He's traveled back in time.
Now here is the most important part. His first reaction isn't panic or confusion, it's desire. He immediately tries to buy 2 tickets to a peaceful little town called Galesburg, Illinois, to get away from all the wars and worries of his own time. But there's a catch, of course. His modern money is totally worthless here.
So, what do you do when you think you've just stumbled into the past? Well, Charley does the sensible thing. He tells his psychiatrist friend, Sam. He's looking for some kind of rational explanation for what just happened to him.
And Sam gives him the exact logical, psychological diagnosis you'd expect. He calls it a waking dream wish fulfillment. Basically, Sam is saying, Charley, you didn't time travel, you're just unhappy, and your mind created an escape for you.
Sam argues that the modern world is just full of these pressures, right? Insecurity, fear, war, worry, and hey, who doesn't want to escape from all that? The 3rd level, according to Sam, is just Charley's brain building him a little mental getaway.
And honestly, it all fits together perfectly. Charley's friends, they all agree with the diagnosis. Even his stamp collecting hobby gets written off as just another sign of his need to escape. So, case closed, right? The 3rd level was all in his head.
But just when you think the story is all neatly wrapped up, it takes this incredible turn. That simple, logical explanation, well, it's about to be blown wide open.
All of a sudden, the voice of reason in this whole story is gone. Sam, the man with all the answers, who had it all figured out, he just vanishes. No one has any idea where he went.
So one night, Charley's going through his stamp collection, and he finds something that just shouldn't exist. It's what collectors call a first-day cover. It's an envelope that's been postmarked on the very first day a new stamp was released. And this one is dated July 18th, 1894. It was mailed to his grandfather.
He opens it, and inside, there's a letter. It's talking about people drinking lemonade on their porches, someone singing and playing the piano, a world of total peace. And the person who wrote it is begging Charley and his wife to keep looking for that doorway to the past.
And then you get to the signature, and the whole story just flips on its head. The letter is signed Sam. The rationalist, the man of science, the one with all the logical explanations, he found the 3rd level, and he escaped there himself.
So what are we supposed to make of all this? What does this incredible twist really mean? Was the 3rd level a real place after all, or was it something else entirely? I mean, the irony is just perfect, isn't it? The man of science, the one who dismissed the whole thing as a fantasy brought on by stress, he was just as vulnerable as anyone else, maybe even more so. He couldn't just analyze the urge to escape, he had to answer its call. And this really shows us that the need to escape isn't some kind of weakness. It's a shared human condition. It proves that those little hobbies we have, those temporary refuges,
They're not just distractions. They're actually essential for keeping our heads on straight in a pretty anxious world. And maybe that's the most profound takeaway from this whole story. It doesn't really matter if the third level was a real place or just a shared delusion. What it represents is a feeling we're all looking for, a personal sense of peace. It suggests our own little Galesburg isn't a place in the past, but a state of mind we can actually build for ourselves, right here in the present.
It really leaves us all wondering about our own third levels, doesn't it? What are the little corridors we wander down to find our own refuge from reality? And is that escape a place we find, or is it a piece we have to make for ourselves?